Now remember, this is your dashboard. Now firstly, what you want to do is that you want to go to, now this thing I want to say, most people don't know about it. So you go to appearance like this. Can you see appearance? Let me just open appearance in a new tab. So this is my appearance. Now as you can see, this is green. Like my background is green. If I build any website, the background will be green. And most people have complained, but they don't know how to do it. So let me just show you in this video. Excuse me. So this is it. Appearance. You can just click on it here, but I like to open it in a new tab, so I'll be able to use this tab for another thing. So I'll click on customize. Can you see the color? They are trying to show me that this is the color, this is the color, this is the background color. So I can change, blah blah blah. Then I'll click on colors and dark mode. Click. Can you see select color here? You can say dark mode support. Can you see? So the user can switch on and off dark mode. But I'm not doing that one. Excuse me. So look, I'll just click here. Can you see? I'll just click here, and again let me repeat it. I clicked select colors and I just clicked this color here. Can you see? Now it is white. Now let me publish. Now let's come here and refresh. Can you see that it is white? Isn't this nice? Home, about, blog, contact. So now let's come back to dashboard. Now the second thing we want to do is that we want to install plugins. Now a lot of people don't know what plugins are. Well, some know. Plugins are just like external support, just like external support that you bring inside. Like for example, you want to build a house. Yes, you want to build a house. Then you are good, you're a good constructor, but you need external support. You need different people, bricklayers. You need external support, people from outside to like come and help you. So these plugins are just like external support. They help you to do different things. They help you make developing these websites very easy. And they also give you more features, like more things that you can do. For example, WP forms. Okay, let me first. So I will click on add new, or you can just open it in a new tab. So plugins, I put my mouse over plugins. Or for those of you who are using phones, you can just click it. So for those of you who are using phones, this is how it will appear. Can you see? To show you the list of plugins you already have. Then you see on top here, just click add new. So I'm trying to balance it. So it will bring you to this page. Then Elementor, you search for Elementor. Now this Elementor helps you, like it makes building your website very easy. You just drag and drop. Can you see? 5 stars. Then 5 plus million active installation. Like more than 5 million people have installed it. Isn't that crazy? So you click install. Then click activate. So that's why you call it Elementor website builder. Then I will go back to plugins, add new. Now I want to install WP forms. So those of you who don't understand what WP forms is, WP Forms allows you receive orders. It allows you, like people fill these forms. You create the form, people fill these forms on your website, and this form, they've designed it in such a way that you can receive orders, like orders of the product you are selling online. You can receive orders on your email, or in your email rather. So when those people fill the form, they want this, they want to buy that, their names, their emails, and whatever. Those their details, you just enter your email. So you just go there, you check it. Okay, you see the person's phone number, you can call the person, do the norms or chat the person up. And don't worry, I will teach you how to do it. You even see it there, receive orders via WhatsApp and email. So it was WP Forms I used for that. So it's part of this tutorial. So that is it. Now let's click on pages, because we want to see all our web pages. Now as you can see, let me explain something. A website is just like a book. It contains web pages, just like books contain pages. So there is no website without web pages or web page, either one page or two or more. So I already have my about, so you see it here. Sorry, let me cancel this one. You see it here, my home, my about, my blog, my contact. Now to create a new page, all I have to do is click add new. But what I'll do is I'll open it in a new tab. This one is called sample page. Fresh. So add new. It has opened there. Then I want to call this one. They've already created a sample page. So what would I call it? Okay, let me say example. Example. So now this is paralink. Now this paralink, let me explain it. Okay, good. Can you see https blah 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 thekingezekiel.com/example. So that paralink, that's what people use to get to this page I want to create. So I can say eg, so it will be /eg, but I'll just leave it as example. When your name is too long, when the name of the page is too long rather, when the name of the page is too long, this one will be too long. Let me say example of a thing. You see it to change. It's supposed to change. Okay, it didn't change. But on the normal note, it should change. It's because I've already edited it. So it will change to example dash of dash a dash thing. So we can just delete that one and shorten it to example. Now, page attributes. We want to change it to Elementor canvas. Click Elementor canvas and I will show you why. Let's click publish. Publish. So I'll click edit with Elementor. Can you see up here? Okay, this is my network. It's loading. Good. Now, for those of you who did not click um page preview, page attributes rather, if for those of you who didn't change it to Elementor canvas, this is what you would see. So anything you design will be under this big thing. Can you see? Now you don't want it to be like that. So for those of you who did not change it, you can just go to settings at your bottom left corner. You click settings, page layout, default, you change it to Elementor canvas, and now you see a blank page. So now this is the blank page. You update. Good. Now also this one, they don't actually teach it. I've had most people, I've watched a lot of videos and I noticed that they don't teach it because I want to make my own better. So now this your own page. You can't leave it like this. Look at what's this. You can't leave it like this. Most people leave it like this. If you visit most people, if you visit their domain, you see this type of page. Now what you do is that you will click edit page. But what I'll do is I'll open it in a new tab. Edit page. It's loading. Then to show me, can you see? What I want to do is I'll just change this one to home. Then you can delete however you like. You can delete. I'm just pressing backspace, 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 backspace. Good. So this is it. So Paralink, can you see? This is the kingezekiel.com. So I'll change it to what? Elementor canvas. Then I'll click update. Can you see? Now let's refresh. The King Ezekiel. Can you see that it's empty? It's empty. So I can just click edit with Elementor. Now yeah, I'll be able to do whatever I like. Yeah, I'll be able to do whatever I like. Now you can do it for the rest. For about, for blog, I don't need blog. Trash. Trash means to delete. So for about, contact, for okay, I've done it for home. The rest, I don't. This one, I don't think they are useful. So we'll come back to our home page. Now let me explain something. This is very easy. All you have to do is drag and drop. Can you see? And you can edit. You can edit here, you can edit here. Very, very simple. Now to delete that section, you can just press delete section. Can you see? To delete. Now if okay, you can drag and drop inner section. So automatically to bring two. To delete one, you just right click. Can you see? Then you can duplicate, you can add new column. Can you see now it's 3? Add new column. Now it's 4. You can copy, you can paste. Can you see? Now it's 5. And you can delete. You can delete. Now I'm deleting them one by one. But if I want to delete all of them, all I have to do is just delete this section. Boom, and everything has gone. So now this is a section. For those of you who watch my web design tutorial, you see that I talked about structure, I talked about grid, grid. If you have not watched it, you can just, it's not a must, but it isn't compulsory, but it is necessary. So this grid, this structure rather, they call it structure here, so let me just follow what they call it. It will make designing, it will make developing websites easier. For example, I want two things to be on one line. I'll just click this one. Can you see? I'll be able to put two things. I want four things to be on one line. Can you see? One, two, three, four. Now I want five things to be on one line. Can you see? One, two, three, four, five. Now I want six things to be on one line. Can you see? One, two, three, four, five, six. Now, okay, I want this side to be bigger than the other side. I want the left hand side to be smaller. Can you see? Small, big. Now I want the right hand side to be bigger, or to be smaller rather. Can you see? Now these sections, you can, okay, delete, 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 delete. You have made developing websites very easy. So as you can see it now, I can drag text here and drop. Can you see? Then I'll click this hamburger icon to go back to the main menu. Then I can drag image and drop here. Can you see? Now add, so I can type here. I can say the king, Ezekiel. Then I can paste rather a link here and say, okay, let me say the king. So they are showing me pages. So I can just, if like the list is long, I can just click one page and say when they click this name, I want them to get redirected to another page, thekingezekiel.com. So when they click this, they get redirected to thekingezekiel.com. But we're not adding that. Now for size, I don't advise that you resize here. It's very stressful and you cannot pick a specific size. Or yeah, I don't advise that you resize here. I don't advise it. So now this is to put it in the center. This is to put it like at the left hand side, right hand side. This is for justified. Now style. This is for text color. I can change the color to white, to black, however I like. Then this one is to navigate around the colors, just to see different colors. So let me put it up here so can you see? So when I select a color here, when I select a color here, I'll come here and select the shade of color of that color that I want. Do I want it to be light or normal or darker? So it is dark, it's becoming light, becoming darker, dark. So typography, I can change the font here. Family, I talked about fonts. Fonts really matters. Can you see? Different fonts. But my favorite is still just Sans. So this is for the size. Can you see? I can resize it however I like. However I like. Isn't this great? Excuse me. I can resize it however I like. Now this is for the weight. I can make it very bold or I can make it very light. Can you see? It's becoming bolder, 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 bolder. Can you see that? Now this is called line height. You won't notice it here. Okay, you notice it. Let me try to change something first. Let me see. Can you see the line height? Can you see the line height? Good. Can you see it? Now see letter spacing. Can you see? Letter spacing. Reduce the letter spacing, increase it. So that's that about that one. Then you can add the text shadow. You know what I'm talking about now. Can you see text shadow? You can increase the blur, horizontal. Can you see? So it just depends on what you want to do. So they've made the resources available for you at your disposal. You can even change the color. You can change the color as usual. Can you see? So advanced. This is called margin. Margin. So for those of you who don't know what margin and padding is like what they will say. Yoruba people say pad here, pad it. They will say pad it. Padding is about like adding that inner space. So padding is called inner spacing, while margin is called outer spacing. Now watch this. Let me just delete this one first. Let me delete this one and make it. So watch just see this blue line. Just watch the outside of the blue line. Okay, sorry. Let me go to background. Let me explain background first so you understand it better. Now for this background, I can add a classic or a gradient. Look at classic. Sorry, I'll come back to the margin so you understand it better and you understand what I'm talking about. So look at, can you see? I can change the color however I like. Or I can use gradient. Can you see? This is first color, this is second color. Can you see? So I can use two different colors. I can even use location. I can use angles to change it to different angles. Can you see? Then the border. Look at the border. This is called link and unlink. Once it is showing, you see, can you see? Once it is showing like this, that means it is linked. Then if I click it, then it has unlinked. Now when it is linked, any change I make to one will affect the others. Can you see? Can you see my border radius now? Can you see it? So if I unlink, I can say this one I don't want it to be 30, I want it to be 100. Can you see? But if I link it, everything will become 100. So that's the difference between unlinking and linking. So let me now come back to this margin. Now can you see that this T is almost outside? I can say, you see that it's linked now. It's linked. I can say I want a padding of 20. Can you see it? Padding of 20. Inner spacing. Now let me come back here. Border. And reduce it from 100. 100 is too much. Let me link it. Link. And say 20. Can you see? Let's come back here. Let's reduce this one. Can you see? Outer spacing. Let me say 50. Can you see? Inner spacing for padding. Inner spacing. Inside. You see that it's affecting it. Can you see? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. That's inner spacing. Now look at this margin, which is called outer spacing. Can you see outside? Can you see it? Let's be watching from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Can you see? Outside. So I hope you understand that one. Now this is called positioning, the width and the position. Sometimes I will advise you not to touch this one, so I can drag it anywhere I like. I just clicked on absolute. This is default. This is absolute. I can drag it anywhere I like. It can be anywhere I want it to be. Absolute. While fixed means no matter how many times we scroll, it will just be in one position. And I can reduce it like this. But sometimes it's just better to not touch all these ones. But well, you can play around with it. So you can always go back. See this history, you can always go back. So I want you to come back here. Okay, I want you to come back here. I want you to come back here. Okay, to when I want you to go back to when I was editing the padding and margin. Can you see padding, margin? I want you to go back to where I was editing border radius. Can you see? I want you to go back to where I was editing the angle. Can you see? I want you to go back to where I was editing color. Can you see? Can you see? No background. I want you to go back to the before we added the text shadow. Can you see? So I can go back. Can you see? So let me now go back to where I added this section. In fact, let me go back to let me go back. Let me go that far. Let me go back to where I added image. Can you see? So you click on it. So to go back, you just click on this place. It will take you back to your main menu. Can you see? We're back to where we started. Everything has been restored back to default. Back to default. So that is it. You can also add motion effect, which I would not advise. Can you see? So when the page loads, this one just slides in. Can you see? You want it to be slow, and you see it slides in slowly. You want it to slide in from the left. Can you see? But sometimes you can also add the seconds. You can say 10 seconds. So you can add the delay. We want it to delay for how many seconds, so you can add all those ones. But I'm using none. You can also use zoom. All this one should be working. Okay, because of the delay I added. Sorry. Bounce. Can you see? All these ones. Most people don't explain all these ones. So you can just play around with it, have fun. Have fun. But I'm using none. Now responsive. I can say this one. Now I don't want it to show on desktop. So it wouldn't show on desktop. But it will show on phone. Can you see? It will show on phone. It will show on tablet. Now, for those of you that are thinking, how did it get here? I just clicked this responsive mode, so I can see how my website is on mobile phone, on tablet, and on desktop. So I can say this one, I don't want it to show on tablet, so it will hide. So if I go to tablet, you will not see it. Can you see? It's hidden. It's hidden. Once you see that it's black and white like this, or like this color, that means it's hidden. So I can say I don't want it to show on mobile phone. So if I go to mobile phone, it will not show. This wouldn't show. So for those of you who will be adding WhatsApp and email and form, so you can say for phone users, I want that my WhatsApp button to show. But for laptop users, I don't want that WhatsApp button to show. And why is because most laptop users don't have WhatsApp on their laptop, they only have it on their phones. If you understand what I'm saying. So if they click the link, it will just direct them to one place like that and start to ask them to download WhatsApp. You don't want that. So you can say, I don't want that button. Okay, so this is button. Let me drag and drop. Better still, let me change it back to desktop so I can add a new structure. Yep. So excuse me, I can drag and drop button. So I can say order the, and I can put it in the middle. Can you see? Then I can add my link. I can add my link. That's come. So don't worry, I'll be teaching you all these ones in the next tutorial. I don't want to rush you. So can you see, this is the text, this is the alignment. I can choose the size, but I don't advise you to size it from here. So I can choose an icon. I can choose an icon and say WhatsApp. Can you see? WhatsApp. And I can add space. Can you see? Then I can style the button. I can choose the font I want for the button. I can say this is the font I want. Can you see? And that one nobody will even buy from me because they'll not be able to read it. Let's just use this one. This one looks good. You have to be mindful of your fonts, the fonts you use. Then I can resize this one. Now I'm resizing the text there. Can you see? I can change the weight as usual. I've explained all these ones before. You can just go back to watch it. And I can change the text shadow. But better still is box shadow that I should add. Let me just reduce it because I clicked on it and it's showing. So I can say normal. I want it to be blue. Can you see color blue? And I can say the text, I want it to be white. Now, those of you who use websites regularly will know what over is. That over effect. When you put your mouse over this button, you want something to happen. Sorry, mistake. You want something to happen. So over, I can change the text color to this color and say, sorry, the background, I want it to be white. Now see what happens. Can you see? So this is not good though. This is not good. Don't mind me. So look at, can you see? You can just reduce it a little bit. Can you see? Or you can even reduce it like this. You can reduce it like this. This one just make it thicker. Can you see? Then I can add a border. I can add a border solid. So can you see? So you can add a they call this over animation. So once I put my mouse over it, I can add an animation and say I want it to do this, I want it to do that, I want it to rotate. Can you see? All these ones are too many, too much stuff that you shouldn't do. But you might do it if you want. But you can just use simple ones like this. But you don't want all those ones that are like this one. But you can use this one too. Anyone you want to use is it's your choice. So you can add the width. Can you see? This one is still border. You don't want the border to be too big. So let's just use 5. Can you see? Border. Sorry, I already made a mistake. So now as you can see, the border color goes with the color of the text. Can you see? Because I said it here that when you over, let the color of the text be this color. That's what the border color will be. So the border color is the color of the text too, and this one is white. That's why it is not showing. So when I make it red, it will be red. When I make it white, it will be white. So can you see? Then I can add a border radius of 20. Can you see it? That's what created as that curve. Then I can add a padding. I can say I want a padding of 10. No, 10 is too small. 20. I can say 30. Now I can say 20 or 10. Okay, 20. Then I can unlink it and say I want the right to be 30 and I want the left to be 30. Can you see? This is way too much. You can just say 15. You can just say 15. So can you see? So I hope you understand this one. I hope you understand it well. Now, I know a lot of you will be saying, what about image now? So I can just do like this. Click. Anytime you want to edit something, you click it. So it takes you to the edit page. So you click edit heading, click edit image, click edit button. Then you click here to go to the main menu like this. So click image. Then I can choose image. Now this is media library. As I keep uploading images, all the images, all the videos will be appearing here. They'll be showing here. So now there's nothing there now. So you click upload files. Anytime you want to upload, you click upload files and select files. So I can navigate to where I want to select something from. Then I can select, which one should I select? Let me select this one. Let me see. Put your mouse over the picture, then you'll be able to see the dimensions of the picture. This one is 5,000 by 3,000. This one is 746 by, we don't want that one. Let's click this one and click open. So it will upload. Then you click, it's still uploading. So it has uploaded. Now to delete image, I can just click delete permanently, but I'm not doing that though. It took a while for it to upload. So I'll click insert media. Can you see it? Good. Now this is called alignment. You might not notice it. Let me make it thumbnail. Can you see? This is called alignment. I can put it to the left, center, and right. Now this thumbnail, medium, blah blah blah, don't mind them. The normal size is the normal size. If you update it and you go and view it in a new page, you will see the normal size is the normal size. This is how it will upload, even if you put it as thumbnail like this. Most times most times it does not follow this thumbnail. It follows the size of the picture. So if I want to do it, I will have to go and edit this picture. If I want this picture to be small like this, most especially when it is for logo, I'll have to go and edit the picture and change it to 150 by 150, or sometimes 100 by 100. Now I can say link media file, lightbox, whatever, and I can say custom URL. I can say, so when they click this picture, let me put it in the center, I want them to go to this link, so I'll type the link here. Can you see? Now let's go to style. This is the width, this is the max width. Sorry, that's too small. This is the max width, while this is the height. You can play around with this thing. You can say cover, fill, contain. So you're just how you want it to fit. You can just use default. You can say how opaque or how transparent, how visible. Let me just use this word, visible or invisible you want it to be. You see that it's disappearing. You see that it's becoming clearer. I can say when they put their mouse over it, I want it to become just blurry, just a little bit. Sorry, let's go. Wait, my data still there. Oh, this is my data. So I can say once they put their mouse over it, I want it to be blurry just a little bit. So I'll do like this. Can you see? Can you see? So now I've made it very clear. Now once I put over, I can put 5. So can you see? So I can say, can you see? When it was like this transition duration, can you see that it is too fast? I don't like it like this. So I can make it delay just a little bit. Can you see how touch this is? I mean, I'm loving this right now. Can you see? That's too slow. Let's reduce it to 1 second. Can you see? So you can add a lot of things. I've taught you this over. Can you see? Over the border radius, the border type. You can add a solid border type. You can change the color of the border. You can change it to a red, blue, anything. Can you see? You can add a border radius, but that one, okay. Can you see border radius? So this is all in style, or these are all in style. Can you see the width of the border? I've explained this one before. So advanced, you can add margin and padding, but don't worry about the padding. Can you see? You can add margin. I've taught you the link and unlink. I've taught you the motion effect if you want it to fade in. Can you see? I've taught you, okay, this background. For image, background doesn't work except if the image is small like this. But if the image fill the whole space, it will just cover the background. If you understand what I'm talking about. Then you can say over, you want it to be black, which doesn't go, but I'm just explaining something. Then you can add border radius to that whole space instead of just the picture alone. And you see, now let's use something reasonable for this background and say blue. And say over white. Can you see? Now that's just too much. As I said, when you add too much things to your website, I'm just explaining all these ones. So the position, inline, full width, default, that's width. This one is you can drag it anywhere you want it to be. Change it back to default. Then this ones I've explained it. You can say hide on desktop if you want it to show on desktop. So that's it for that one. And I can add another section and say this one I want video to be there. So now by default the source is YouTube. Can you see? Source YouTube. But I want to say you can use Vimeo, you can use Dailymotion, but I want to say self-hosted. Self-hosted. So I'll click on this place. Now can you see media library? It's only one picture I have there, so it's not show because I want to upload the video. It will only show all the videos that are there, but there are no videos there. There are no videos here currently. So I'll click on upload file, select files. So as you can see my videos, let me just select a short one. Okay, I like this one. Open. So it will upload. So can you see I can play it from here to see the type of video it is. Then I'll click on insert media. So this is what I get. Can you see? Now I can say okay, you can add an external URL. So you want it to be that when don't worry about it. So you see this autoplay. That means when the user loads the sorry, let me just switch it off. Let me pause the video. That means when the user loads the page, automatically the video will start playing. Now you see this mute. To make the video mute, most times I suggest that anytime you put autoplay, put mute, except if you are selling beats or something that you want it to be playing automatically for them so that they can be hearing the sound. You know, if it is not that, don't bother to. Now can you see that when it was done playing it just stopped? So I can just put loop so it never stops, it just keeps playing over and over, over and over. Now this autoplay I will say play on mobile. That play on mobile, I'm just trying to tell Elementor that I want this autoplay this autoplay feature that I just added. I want it to also work I want it to also work on phones, because by default it will not work on phones. That's why it was off. So by default it will not autoplay on phones, but it will autoplay on laptops. So I want to say autoplay on phones. And I can also add a download button. It's what you read that okay, I'll say users will be able to download this. This is it. Show. That means users will be able to download it. But most times don't add it, or if it's for your own video, don't add it. Even though some people have their own ways. So this is just the ratio, but most times it doesn't work because it's a video. So the video will have to be the video. How it worked. Okay, how it worked. So we can select the ratio we want. But it's a video, you should be careful the way you use ratios though. You should be careful the way you use ratios. Because I feel like this thing is just like covering some part up. That's what I feel. Can you see? It's covering some part up. Now this is advanced. I can add a margin, a padding, and the motion effect. I can add the background that I've explained. Like I said, for this one it will not work because this one has already covered the whole space. I can add the border. I can add positioning. I can make it responsive. I don't want it to show on desktop. I don't want it to show on tablet. All those things. So I've explained everything to you. Now I know most people will say, but this one. Now let me explain the last thing for this video. So in the next video, we'll be building a page. Now when I click this section, can you see? I can do so many things here. This is it. The width of the section and everything. The column gap, the height, vertical align. So anything that is in the box, if I want it to be in the middle, in the at the bottom or whatever, that's where I'll put it, or whatever. So that's where I'll specify. Then I can add a background. I can add a color background. Can you see? So anything I put here will just like be on this background. I can also add a gradient. Can you see? Which I don't do. And I can also add a video. I can also add a picture. Now this is background overlay. As many of you watch my tutorial, you know, or the people that watch my web design tutorial will know what background overlay is, but you might not know that it is background overlay. Background overlay is like the filter I was talking about, and I will explain further. Now this is border. Remember I explained this. So let's add the background. Let's add a picture. Add. Now we just put this picture. You can put as many pictures as you like because it's a slideshow. So it should just be sliding, which I've already explained that one in the next tutorial. You watch it. Now can you see how small it is? So can you see background size, background position, everything is here. I can also add border and everything. But what I want to explain now is the background overlay, which I will not be able to explain until I change this height. So height, I'll click main height. So I'll be able to change it here to 500, 400, 600, anyhow I like. So I'll click on style, click this one, try to minimize, then click this one. Good. So what I want to add now is classic color. Can you see it? Isn't this great? Isn't this filter? Or what else can you call this? This is called filter. Can you see it? This is called filter. Can you see it? So I can say, okay, I want it to be like this. I can even reduce how the color, how bright the color will be, or how visible the color will be. So I can say when I put my mouse over it, I want something to happen. I want that color to change. So can you see? That's too much. The difference is too much. Can you see? Now I can add my transition, the duration. I don't think I explained that one previously. Okay, I explained it here. So can you see? It is not as fast as before. Can you see? This is too fast. Too fast. So slowly. Let me make the difference clear. That's not clear enough. Can you see? Over effect. Once I put my mouse over it. Good. So that's it. So I can click on, okay, I've explained this one. Okay, advanced. You can add the motion effect, you can add the padding, so can you see? It's good. So I can add the margin, the padding and everything. Responsive, I don't want it to show on desktop. So I can drag and drop a text. Now don't be confused, let me delete it and do it again. This plus, can you see this plus sign? When you want to drag and drop, you drop it inside. So if there is no plus sign, I can just drag and drop here. But let me advise you on that, I don't do that. I create a section first. Can you see? There is a plus there now, so I can style the section anyhow I want. Like this section, you can watch it again. This is a section, I just styled it. I added a background image, I can also add a background color. So that section now, this is the plus in between. I can just drag and drop. When you see that blue line that cuts across the page, that thick blue line, then you drop it. Can you see? Isn't this nice? Then I can say king. Then I can put it in the middle. Can you remember that I said I can change my color, the color of my text? Can you see? I can change my font. I can change my font. Can you see? I can change the size. I can change the weight. I can increase the letter spacing. Can you see? And I can come here and say I want a background for this. I want a background, so I'll give it a background, a dark background. Oh, that's too. Let me see this color. Okay, so it rhymes, and I can reduce it just a little like this. Can you see it? Can you see it? So I can add a border, which I wouldn't suggest that you do. I can add a border. I can style it however I like. I can even add a border radius of 20, or let me say 100. So can you see it? So I can add a padding. Now I'll unlink it and add a padding top of 20. Oof, that's 200, that's too much. 20, padding bottom of 20. Can you see? Now this one I can just, let me reduce the color style. Sorry. Background. It's too thick. Let me reduce it just a little bit. Now I can just click this preview button to preview it like this. Can you see? So thank you for watching. I can click it to come back, click it to come back. Then anything you do, make sure you update it. Now I can click preview changes. Now this preview changes, you see that it's different from the actual page. Any change I make here, this page will automatically load. But that's a lot of data consumption though. So I can just click here, then say view page, open in a new tab. Can you see it? This one is different from this one. This one has preview ID, blah blah blah. This one just has the example link. Can you see? So this is exit to dashboard. So when you are done, you just click exit to dashboard. You can open in a new tab. So I just want to explain. So we can go back to the dashboard. So it will bring us here first. Then you click this W. Can you see this W? You click it. Can you see it has brought us back here? So now if I want to edit this page, like I want to go to Elementor, I'll just click on edit with Elementor. Then it will take me back to Elementor where I can edit the page. So in the next tutorial, I'll be building an actual page. Thanks. God bless. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried my best to explain everything, even things that people don't explain at all. Now, some other features, you need to upgrade to Pro. Like these ones, can you see they are logged? You cannot use them. But don't worry, you can still do great things with these free ones that they've given us. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Isn't it surprising? This picture, let me open it. So, isn't it surprising that this picture, this one that is looking like this, is the same picture? Can you see the difference? The difference is clear. 7 up. So, why I don't want to build an actual page now is because I feel like the video is already long and it's like you need time to assimilate this one. You need time to digest it. So go and drink water on this one. You can even rewatch it to see some things. Just play around with it. Play around with it. But remember, it's published though. It's live. Anybody can see it. And by the time by the time I'll upload this video, I might have deleted this example page. So if you try to view this page, you might not be able to see it. But you can always go to this page, the kingezekiel.com, so you'll be able to see my actual page. Thank you and God bless. I hope you enjoyed it. You can always text me about how I explained. If I explained very well, you can always text me. For those of you who don't know my number is 0811 377. Let me just type it in. 0811 3777259. And for you to have this video, that means you actually texted me and you bought the tutorial. So thank you. God bless.